Hi, I'm Rocky de la Fuente, and with your help, I will be your next president, number 45 of the United States of America.
So Rocky, the war in Iraq. As you know, Hillary Clinton supported it for a very long time. Bernie Sanders has made mention numerous times that he voted against it, was always thinking it was a mistake. As we look back as all Americans and lament the billions and billions and billions that were spent, and more importantly, the thousands of American lives that were lost, what did we accomplish? We have a country that doesn't exist anymore in the traditional sense. It's now the home of ISIS. What would you have done differently? What would your opinion have been? And what's your opinion now of Iraq?
Unfortunately, you have to look at history. History gives you all the answers. 1979, 1980, Saddam Hussein was there. Everything was peaceful. The Shah of Iran was in Iraq. Everything was peaceful. Kurdistan was there. Everything was peaceful. What happened? America elected a president, Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter went to Iran. He saw the Shah of Iran. Something went wrong in that meeting, and I think Mr. Carter did not like what the Shah said, or the Shah did not like what Jimmy Carter said. 3 months later, they started an internal revolution in Iran that has then started a series of events that's now 36 years old. So the problem in Iran is 36 years old. The problem in Iraq is 36 years old. You cannot fix a problem that started 36 years ago on 1 minute. You need to understand how it got started. Now, in Iraq, Saddam Hussein has his country. Now, my understanding was he basically wanted to recover a small territory that belonged to Iraq, and that was called Kuwait. He went to ask permission from the United States ambassador, a woman in Iraq, and says, Madam Ambassador, I'm asking permission from the United States so I'm able to take part of my country that was taken to me by the people from Kuwait. She says, you have my permission to invade Kuwait. So he did exactly what he was told. After he invaded Kuwait, the people from Kuwait, rightfully so, says, wait a minute, this is our country. They came to the United States, paid him $6 billion so the United States would go and recuperate the country and give it back to the Kuwaitis. I was not there, but those were policy decisions that were done by our government. I don't know if they were right or they were wrong. I have nothing wrong with the people from Kuwait. I actually know a lot of them. They're beautiful people. I have nothing from the people from Iraq. I know a lot of them from Iraq. And guess what? The mother of my 5 children happened to be from Persia. So I know the issue very well. I know the issue for 36 years. What took a mess to create in 36 years is going to take some time to solve. But I believe I'll be the right person to be able to solve that mess. It is a mess. And under my watch, not one single American would have been died. But more important, let me tell you somebody that I really admired. While this whole mess was happening in 1980, during the hostage crisis, I fell in love. And I married a Persian in the middle of the hostage crisis. And my hero, you're not going to believe who he was, Ross Perot. Ross Perot had some of his people behind enemy lines. He had some of his people in Iran. And he took it upon himself to go to Iran and rescue his people. It wasn't the American people. It wasn't the American Marines. It wasn't the Mexican president. It was Ross Perot, because he knew he had friends, he had employees, and he thought it was his responsibility. He sent them there, he got them back. So me as president, if I'm elected by the American people, I'm not going to let one single American die under my watch. And we're going to exactly know what to do, where, and how. But we're going to have to do it smart. You need to get advice from the Joint Chiefs of Staff. You need to understand what's happening. You need to do the diplomatic route. And you need to use the economic pressures. But you need to know if they're not working, you need to change your ways. So the answer is, it's a 36-year-old mess, and with your help, and with the help of the American people, We'll come up with the solutions to fix it. Thank you.